The latest update from Rassie Erasmus has given Springboks supporters plenty to talk about as South Africa prepares for another demanding chapter in the international rugby calendar. With major fixtures approaching and expectations continuing to rise, every piece of injury news becomes significant. That is exactly why the head coach's comments regarding Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu and Handre Pollard have attracted so much attention. While one talented fly-half appears to be on the road back to full fitness, another experienced playmaker recently battled a frustrating setback. Together, these updates paint an interesting picture of how the Springboks are managing one of the most important positions on the rugby field while maintaining the incredible depth that has become a hallmark of South African rugby. Following an impressive victory over Wales, Rassie Erasmus addressed the media with his usual honesty and calm confidence. Rather than focusing only on the scoreline, many reporters wanted to know about the condition of several key players who were unavailable for selection. Injuries can dramatically influence a team's preparation, especially when they affect players responsible for controlling matches from the fly-half position. Fortunately for Springbok fans, the news surrounding Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu was considerably more encouraging than many had expected only a few weeks earlier. The gifted young fly-half has quickly established himself as one of the brightest talents in South African rugby. His vision, confidence with ball in hand, and ability to create attacking opportunities have made him one of the most exciting prospects to emerge in recent seasons. However, his momentum came to a sudden halt after suffering an injury during his final appearance for the Stormers on May 30th. At the time, Stormers head coach John Dobson described the injury as a serious concern, leaving many supporters wondering how long one of the country's most promising players would remain on the sidelines. Fortunately, modern rehabilitation programs and successful surgery have helped speed up his recovery. According to Rassie Erasmus, Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu has recovered well enough to rejoin the national squad as preparations begin for the upcoming trip to Argentina. While returning to the squad does not automatically guarantee selection, simply being available again represents a massive boost for the Springboks. Having another creative playmaker available gives the coaching staff additional flexibility and strengthens competition within the squad. South Africa's upcoming clash against Argentina carries extra importance because it serves as preparation before their highly anticipated rivalry with New Zealand. Every match before facing the All Blacks becomes an opportunity to refine combinations, improve decision-making, and test tactical variations. Having Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu back around the squad allows him to rebuild chemistry with teammates while continuing to regain full match sharpness. Although the positive news surrounding Feinberg-Mngomezulu was welcomed, Rassie Erasmus also revealed why veteran fly-half Handre Pollard was unavailable for the recent encounter with Wales. The experienced playmaker had suffered a hamstring injury shortly before the match, forcing the coaching staff to adjust their plans. Hamstring injuries are particularly frustrating because they can limit a player's kicking power, acceleration, and overall movement, making recovery essential before returning to elite competition. Thankfully, Rassie Erasmus reassured supporters that Handre Pollard is now fit again. His absence was purely precautionary, allowing him enough time to recover fully instead of risking a more serious injury. For a player with Pollard's experience and importance, protecting his long-term fitness remains far more valuable than rushing him back for a single fixture. The Springboks have relied on Handre Pollard countless times during pressure moments throughout his international career. His calm temperament, tactical kicking, defensive reliability, and ability to manage close contests have repeatedly proven invaluable. Whether guiding South Africa through World Cup knockout matches or delivering crucial penalties in tense encounters, Pollard has built a reputation as one of rugby's most dependable fly-halves. Yet one of the most fascinating aspects of modern Springbok rugby is that the team no longer depends on a single individual. Under Rassie Erasmus, South Africa has deliberately developed depth across almost every position. Rather than relying on only one established star, the coaching staff has invested years into preparing multiple players capable of stepping into the starting lineup whenever required. This philosophy became particularly clear during the recent Nations Championship campaign. With Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu unavailable and Handre Pollard ruled out because of injury, the responsibility shifted to other talented players within the squad. Manie Libbok, already well known for his attacking instincts and creative style, continued to play an important role, while young fly-half Vusi Moyo received an unforgettable opportunity to make his Test debut. For many supporters, seeing Vusi Moyo wearing the famous Springbok number 10 jersey came as a surprise. International rugby is an unforgiving environment where every mistake can be punished immediately. Debuting against quality opposition requires exceptional mental strength, especially for a player still developing at the highest level. Nevertheless, the coaching staff clearly believed that Moyo possessed the talent and temperament needed for the challenge. Speaking after the match, Rassie Erasmus explained the circumstances that led to the youngster's selection. With both Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu and Handre Pollard unavailable, the coaching staff effectively had only Vusi Moyo and Manie Libbok available. Rather than placing excessive pressure on Libbok by asking him to control the entire match from the beginning, the coaches chose a different strategy. They wanted the experienced Libbok to enter later in the contest when his creativity could make an even greater impact, allowing Moyo to gain invaluable experience from the opening whistle. The decision demonstrated the confidence the Springbok coaching group has in their younger players. International rugby is often described as the ultimate classroom, where lessons are learned under the brightest lights and greatest pressure. By trusting Vusi Moyo with meaningful minutes, the coaching staff showed that they believe his development will ultimately benefit South African rugby for years to come. The young fly-half responded positively. During his time on the field, Moyo successfully converted 3 tries and displayed composure despite the enormous occasion. While every debut naturally includes moments for improvement, his performance suggested that South Africa possesses another promising option capable of growing into the international environment. When Manie Libbok eventually entered the game, the Springboks continued their impressive display and completed a convincing 43-0 victory over Wales. For Rassie Erasmus, the result itself was satisfying, but the broader objective extended beyond simply winning the match. Every test provides an opportunity to evaluate emerging talent while strengthening squad depth. Successful international teams rarely depend solely on their first-choice lineup. Instead, they consistently prepare the next generation of players before injuries or retirements force unexpected changes. That long-term planning has become one of the defining characteristics of the current Springbok setup. Rather than reacting to injury crises, the coaching staff actively prepares multiple players for every position. This proactive approach ensures that when unexpected setbacks occur, South Africa remains competitive without dramatically changing its playing style or overall game plan. Another exciting name mentioned by Rassie Erasmus was Yaqeen Ahmed, one of the country's brightest young fly-halves. While Vusi Moyo remained with the senior national squad, Ahmed played a crucial role in helping the junior Springboks capture the World Rugby Under-20 Championship title. His performances throughout the tournament reinforced the belief that South Africa's future at fly-half remains exceptionally bright. The emergence of both Vusi Moyo and Yaqeen Ahmed highlights the remarkable work being done within South African rugby's development system. Producing talented players is one challenge, but preparing them to transition smoothly into international rugby requires careful planning, excellent coaching, and opportunities to compete at increasingly higher levels. The Springboks appear determined to create exactly that pathway. Competition within the squad ultimately benefits everyone involved. Experienced players know they must continue performing at their highest level because talented youngsters are pushing for opportunities. Meanwhile, emerging players gain valuable experience by training alongside world-class professionals every day. This healthy internal competition often raises overall standards across the entire squad. Looking ahead, the possible return of Sacha Feinberg-Mngomezulu, the restored fitness of Handre Pollard, the continued influence of Manie Libbok, and the rapid development of Vusi Moyo give Rassie Erasmus an enviable selection dilemma. Instead of worrying about limited options, he now has multiple high-quality playmakers capable of executing different tactical plans depending on the opposition. That flexibility could become one of South Africa's greatest strengths during the upcoming international season as they prepare to face Argentina and later renew one of rugby's greatest rivalries against the All Blacks. With experienced leaders returning, exciting young talent emerging, and the coaching staff continuing to invest in long-term squad development, the Springboks appear well-positioned to maintain their status among the world's elite rugby nations while building an even stronger future.